Hello and welcome to Highlights. My name is Jim Strawn, host of the television program Highlights from the Heart of Our Community. Is brought to you through a collaboration between my company, Jim Strawn and Company, Optimum Cable Services, and Kanawha County Schools TV. And if you're a regular viewer of our show, and we certainly hope that you are, you know how much we love to focus on those grassroots organizations, not-for-profits, charities doing outstanding work, amazing work, phenomenal work to make our great state of West Virginia and our Kanawha Valley and our city of Charleston a much better place to live, learn, work, and to play. This time of year, midsummer, mid-July, it is time to talk about one of the most powerful shows we do every year, but also one of the most fun shows we do every year. Jim, how can that be, you might ask? Well, it's time for the Party with a Purpose. We're talking about the YWCA Girls Night Out event, and the money that we raise with this event helps the Family Resolve program, which helps domestic violence victims here throughout our community. So again, it is time for the Party with a Purpose. We've been doing it, I'll find out here in just a moment, I think 20-some years. Lots of good insight coming your way, lots of good information coming your way, both about the program and how you can possibly access that if you're in need or know somebody that is, but then also how you can be a part of supporting that program by supporting the YWCA Girls Night Out. Girls Night Out is set for August the 12th. It will be held at the Charleston Convention Center again this year. And if you haven't noticed by now, the theme is the Roaring Twenties Do the Charleston. So to help me help you learn more about Girls Night Out, I turn to my right and I welcome back into the program my dear friends, Julie.
Hi.
How are you, Julie Britton?
Good, I'm good.
You look so pretty.
I know, you look amazing.
What do you think
I'm
of
so
this?
glad we're matching.
We do. Now, you're the program director.
I am.
Family Resolve. I always like the YWCA Resolve Family Abuse Program.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful,
Yeah.
but I always call it the Family Resolve.
Good enough.
Is that good enough?
I answered it, yeah.
And
we're good.
You brought one of my girlfriends with you.
I did.
Sandy Carr.
Yay.
How are you? Good to
Thanks
see you,
for
honey.
having us back.
Congratulations on the marriage recently.
Hey, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Now you're the GM with out here at Bridge Road Bistro.
Yep, the
but
owner.
The owner.
For 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
But more importantly for this show, you're on the committee for Girls Night Out. You have been forever. You kind of help with the food and some other logistics,
Yes,
right?
mhm.
And we're going to talk with you about that
Sure,
in just a
yes.
moment. But first, I want to turn to Julie.
Okay.
And before we talk Girls Night Out, we talk about the party.
Right.
We have to talk about the purpose of the
Right.
party. So talk to the audience. We do this every year. I'm always troubled in a way that we have to have this show.
Right.
You're still needed. Thankfully, you're there. But talk about the services that you provide and the geographical area and what the Family Resolve program is all about. I'll just put the ball right there, and you just
Absolutely.
hit it
I
off.
will pick up that ball and
Okay,
run with
sweetie.
it, Jim. First, I want to say thank you so much. Like, I've been here for going on 6 years
Wow.
now, and you're one of our biggest supporters. And I know Sandy and I were talking a little bit about it earlier, but like that you come out and support us, it's so important for the men in the community. Sandy's husband is a great supporter of what we do. And so you being at every one of our theme reveals, it's huge. So I know it's not about you, but I do appreciate it as having
My pleasure.
men as allies, like absolutely. So
Like I said, I'm just troubled that we still have to do this. I
be
don't
like Jim
understand
Strawn,
it.
you know?
I don't understand it.
I don't either. I would love to work myself out of a
Yeah,
job.
I would love not to do this show
Right.
anymore.
I would love to not have to do this. And that's when we start looking at education for young kids and teens, we're working on that.
Yeah.
Like changing that narrative
Good.
of people aren't belongings. But let's
Let's
about
back
what
up.
we do.
Yeah, about what we do.
Yeah.
We're still
Let's
there.
talk about why we're still here
Yeah.
and what Girls Night Out is all about. So in the past 6 years, we have really expanded our services. We had a core group of services. They were great. But I want to talk about some of the things that we've added and then go back and tell you about what it started as. So we've been able to add a whole room onto our shelter that adds 2 beds. We are now the only pet-friendly domestic violence shelter in the state. We have the refuge at Hope House. And there.
Nice.
And so we have 4 individual rooms where for the pets that are completely set up. They're little tiny pet apartments. We've added a rapid rehousing program to move survivors and victims out of dangerous housing into their own permanent housing, and we're supporting about 60 families we have over the last 3 years. And then we've also added a chat feature. So with COVID, we realized that having conversations about your abuse with your abuser in the same room or sometimes in the household isn't safe. So we have a chat feature that goes along with our hotline feature. And those things we added to our core group of what we do, which is we have a domestic violence safe house where we take anyone, regardless of gender, as long as they're fleeing domestic violence. We have a monitored visitation and exchange program for families that are in crisis that need a safe space to still exchange kids or have visitation with their kids. We offer that as well. Super important. We have court advocates in every one of the counties that we serve, which isn't just Kanawha, it's Kanawha, Boone, and Clay.
Those three, Kanawha,
Yes,
Boone, Clay.
Kanawha, Boone, and Clay. And we are the licensed domestic violence. So that means something to those of us, in the know.
Okay.
But we have court advocates in every one of those courthouses that help people fill out domestic violence petitions. And while they're not difficult, they are long. They can be 16 pages. And we don't write them for people, but we absolutely let them know that we're there to help support them and make sure they get the paperwork done correctly.
I suspect you work very closely with these court advocates, right? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
They're not your bread and butter, but they are really working in advocacy with you to help the victim get shelter, get help,
100%.
get safe. So you know them very well, right?
I know them very well.
Yeah.
They are absolutely amazing.
Critical, yeah.
And while they're not our bread and butter, they do see the bulk of the people that we serve do come through the court system. So we see about 2,000 people that we help each year.
Wow.
About 1,800 of those come through the court system. No, please.
Did you say you help about 2,000 victims a year?
Yes.
Come on.
No.
Daggone it, people. We need to do better than, wow, one's too many.
Right.
2,000?
Absolutely. One's too many.
So we're grateful that you're there.
Thank you.
I'm always going to say that. Court advocates call you, but someone's watching this program right now. They can give you a call.
They can give us a call.
And
they can give us a chat at the ywcacharleston.org.
I have numbers here, and I didn't ask you beforehand. I have a 340-3549 number.
That's our hotline.
So folks, I'm going to give that to you again. 304-340-3549. That's the hotline.
Yes.
If you're watching this, you might need some safety or ask some questions. Very confidential and usually by someone live, right?
Absolutely. 100% somebody live, somebody here in Charleston.
Yeah.
It's not rooted out to a nationwide number. This is
yeah.
one of our advocates that are actually working at our safe house. So they know local resources, and no calls are on call.
Okay.
We get calls from, is this really domestic violence? My friends say it is, to I need to leave, what do I need to do?
Like right
so
now.
no calls are bad.
The whole gamut. We're talking with Julie Britton. Julie's our program director with the YWCA Family Resolve program. Of course, they help domestic violence victims. We raise money through the Girls Night Out. Before we talk about Girls Night Out, Sandy, hang in there with me.
You're fine.
How else are we funded? How else do you provide services? There's some government money? I bet there's state, county, and city. I'm just guessing.
Absolutely, you're totally right.
All the above, right?
Totally right. All the above. We are. We're very lucky. We have great funders.
Yeah.
The difference in what Girls Night Out brings to us versus those other funders is that we have some flexibility with the Girls Night Out money that we don't have with federal funders. Now, I love our federal funders, and they love us. We've had funders come back to us and say, we know you're great stewards of the money. Can you use some extra? And I'm like, yes,
That's
please.
when you know you're pretty good at what you do.
We absolutely can.
That's
like,
good
I love
steward.
being the favorite.
I love being stewards, too.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
Stewards. Yeah,
So but what this Girls Night Out allows us to do is all those services that we can't with our federal funding. So things like when people move out through our rapid rehousing program and they need beds for their kids, we can do that. But believe it or not, none of our other funders that's really not allowed.
So some unrestricted funds
Right, it's
for maybe
huge.
new shoes or a new dress for a
Absolutely.
interview or something.
Getting somebody back to their family
Yeah.
in California.
Okay.
Yes, and so we also use our Girls Night Out money to prove to those other funders that yes, you can fund us, because we're going to use the Girls Night Out money to match what they give us. So in grant terms, if you're a grant person, you'll understand that. It's
Yeah, I
huge.
am,
Being
yeah.
able to show to people that you've got community support is huge. And this community supports us like no other.
They certainly do.
We're incredibly lucky.
We're going to talk about the supporters in just a bit, but before I talk with Sandy Call, I'm going to give you the number one more time. Maybe you're listening to Julie. Maybe you're watching this. Maybe you're a friend of someone who says, I might need a call here. Here's the number again, completely confidential. You'll get a live person. No question is dumb. No question is silly. No question. Just call and talk. 304-340-3549. 304-340-3549. Call that number if you have any issue whatsoever, just to talk with someone. So the Party with a Purpose, Sandy, how many years have you been involved, girlfriend?
This is my 19th year.
I was going to say 20.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
year's the big 20. And
Yeah.
so you've been with it for a while. And I don't know how many we've had. Have we had?
So this will be 25th.
Th-
Well, if you
this-
start back with the ladies, you know, the Paynes, when they had
right.
them at their homes and
That's how
things.
it began.
This is the
The
25th
Paynes had a
year.
little party at the house to help raise money for this program.
Yep.
And it's like, well, we can do more girls than what we have here tonight. They might have had
sure.
20, I bet. I'm just
For
guessing.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
And now there's a couple thousand.
Yes,
There's
indeed.
there's the graphic on the screen. Charleston
Yes.
Coliseum will be the site.
Yes.
August the 12th will be the date. Of course, this year that'll be a Saturday night. It is Girls Night Out. It is Roaring Twenties. Do the Charleston. Julie mentioned that I was at the theme reveal, so we vote on that.
Yes.
This was one. I was rooting for the Roaring Twenties because I had
Yes.
this suit. And that's the only reason. I love doing the Charleston. Talk about the event to you. Why do you continue to stay so involved, Sandy?
Well, I
Because you don't have to.
No,
have
and like you were speaking earlier, it's hard to believe that we are still helping the number that we are. And 19 years ago, I thought, wow, this is not going to last long. Hopefully in about 5 or 10 years, we'll demolish this.
Right.
And so here we are.
Still.
And, you know, it's very cyclic in our area. You know, it seems to be the young boys or even the young women seeing their parents being abusive. They think it's okay, and then when they get older, they do the same. And then it breeds again, because then they have children, and those children think it's okay. And I see a lot of that now, especially with, you know, the teenagers. They'll see mommy and daddy being physical, and so they think it's okay to be physical. And I think that's why I'm just so driven to demolish this
Yeah.
year after year, because it blows my mind that folks out there think that love is supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where my heart is. It
Yeah.
keeps me doing what I'm doing, because like you said, there might be someone listening,
Yeah.
hearing us on the radio,
Right.
seeing us on TV, being, oh, wow, there is help out there, and there is help out there. Julie and her team, they're amazing. They do so many great things. They'll come and get your doggy if he's being threatened. You know, they'll get the kids. We have toys, we have clothing, we have shelter. There's no reason to put up with that kind of behavior.
It is remarkable, the work that they do, and you're not really supposed to know about it.
Yes.
Like it's kind of quiet.
It's hush-hush.
But they do the little things every minute of every day.
For sure.
365, 24/7, the phone is answered and they're doing
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
I mean, think about
I know.
our lives and how wonderful they are.
I
But
know.
some lives aren't, guys. And if you're
No.
one of those, give
And
Julie's
that's
program
the great
a
thing
call.
about the event.
Yeah.
That's getting the word
Yeah.
out, because it was swept under the rug, like you're saying.
yeah.
Domestic violence is swept under the rug. Oh, hush, hush, don't talk about it. Don't even look at it. And
We've really seen some education.
Yes.
We've seen some advocacy come to the rise.
Absolutely.
We've seen just awareness. We talk about it more. I never spoke about it until I started doing this show. I've been doing all
No.
20 of these. I've been
No.
doing these for over 20 years
Yeah.
with the YWCA, and continue to wonder why we're doing it, but continue to glad that we have the platform to do it.
Absolutely.
The party itself, August the 12th, what can women expect that night?
Well, it's great. We, as Girls Night Out, we had to take a 2-3 year just kind of break because of the pandemic.
Right.
So there was themes in the queue that we didn't get to really enjoy and use like everyone. And so we finally thought, this is such a fun theme. Let's finally do it. It still is the 20s,
right.
And what a great opportunity to use this as exposure for Girls Night Out. So it's just going to be a great party with a purpose. This is our 25th year. It's actually our 5th or 6th year at the Civic Center.
And they do a nice job for us.
Amazing job.
They transform
I tell
that place.
They really do. It's such a difference from being at Farmer Klein and Campbell and the airport and the cultural center with all
Which
the
we
elements.
really enjoyed.
We truly enjoyed all of it, the sweating and the schlepping and all
they were
of it.
warm. They were warm.
Totally warm, very warm, no escape
Every
from
one
the
of those,
warmness.
every one of those were warm, by the way.
Very warm, very warm.
Dripping sweat thinking
Might have
about
been a
it.
few with a rainstorm or two, Yes, hiding under tables and things. So it's really exciting to be at the Cultural Center again, hosting us. They're so kind to us. They do everything for us, don't they? They really do. They provide great cuisine. And
well, you're part of the food.
I am part
committee.
of the food.
So there's lots of restaurants
all
like
of it.
Bridge Road Bistro, but there's lots of you guys.
Yes. I want to show a shout out to Ichiban, Chop House, Tidewater will be there, Bridge Road Bistro. We'll have Little Caesars, Chick-fil-A. Girl Scout cookies. So we have some folks still signing on. So if anyone out there knows a food restaurant
Well,
that
that's
would
another
like to be
thing.
involved,
Give folks an opportunity.
Yes.
We're still looking for sponsors. I'm going to thank
Please.
the sponsors in a moment. We're still looking for a hostess. You can be a
Please.
hostess. You can go to the website. I have been there.
Yes.
It's ywcacharleston.org. ywcacharleston.org. If you just click on Girls Night Out or go to GNOWV.com.
Yes.
GNOWV.com. Both of those websites are on their screen. You can click on there for tickets. You can just buy a ticket and show up. You can be a hostess. You can learn about being a sponsor. You can learn about being an in-kind sponsor. You can learn about everything that's about how you can support it.
Everything.
And we talked about earlier, and Julie, both of you, I'm going to turn to Julie, but this community supports the YWCA Family Resolve Program and Girls Night Out like no other event I've ever seen in the state of West Virginia. Like the list of supporters, it would choke a big horse. It's a lot. It takes a village, and we have a village here, don't we?
Oh, we
do.
totally do.
We do.
We got a fairly large village.
Yeah, I love it.
And even when we're not in the GNO, I do have to say we have amazing support. We have volunteers from the St. Francis One Day Surgery Center. They are amazing. Like, they're our core folks. They come and do cookouts. They donate stuff all of the time. They call us and say, "What do you need?" And they're there. We have a Garrison Avenue Baptist Church. They call us quarterly, and just absolutely amazing. Like, if I put a call out, they are there.
Yes.
So
I think we may have this. If we don't, I'm still going to give a shout out to our partners and our sponsors, because I always love to do that, because it means a lot to me that they have taken the time and put their financial resources behind a great program and the Party with a Purpose. Always thanks to J. Dickinson family, the Asher Group, Electric 102, WQBE, part of the Bristol Broadcasting family. Thank you to TC Energy. Want to thank LM Communications, Dan Fowler, the new GM down there. Thank you, Dan. And some of his radio stations include The Mix, Rock 105. Thank you to Doug and Doug. They are the Charleston Gazette Mail and HD Media. Thank you to Food Among the Flowers. Can't have a Girls Night Out without Food Among the Flowers. And the rental party. Thank you to Encova. Special thanks to the Cabin Creek Health Systems, along with Dutch Miller. Thank you, Chris, along with Farmer Klein and Campbell. Second mention on the show today. We love Farmer Klein and Campbell. Thank you, Karen, and all the Campbells and all the Kleins and all the farmers up there. Thank you to Bailey and Slotnick, attorneys there in the United Bank building. Thank you to the West Virginia Dermatology and Skin Surgery Center, along with our good friends at WCHS TV8 and Fox 11. And then there's Tito's Handmade Vodka. I have a feeling they have something to do with some of the beverages that night.
They do. They've been very kind to us for several years.
They're a good
They're
organization
very good,
to help
very good
with these
organization.
with these kinds of events where there's social and.
It's close to their heart for sure.
We also want to thank our good friends Bob Comax at Bob Maxwell, excuse me, at Comax Business System. Also, thanks to, I'm looking at this, Western Executive Magazine, WBRC Media, that's WCHS, that's the news network, the Talk Radio 58 channel, along with 98.7, B100, 96.1, that's their Superstar Country station. Oh, thank you to Mary Hammonds in the Beverage Market. Love me some Beverage Market. Love you, Mary, if you're watching, and we hope that you are. Thank you to our bronze supporters, Huntington Bank, Charleston Area Medical Center, the United Bank, Greylock. Thank you. I just lost his first name. Thank you.
Mr. Greylock.
Mr. Mr. Greylock. What's his first name? Gosh, I apologize,
You
Mr.
have so
Greylock.
many names.
Yeah, Family Care. I want to thank City National Bank, West Virginia Living. Thank you to J.P. Morgan Chase. I just had him on the radio station this morning. Thank you to DJ EJ.
Oh,
He
DJ.
brings the
Our
good vibes,
EJ.
doesn't he? He brings our DJ.
Does. He brings the party, yeah.
He brings
Best
the good
in the land.
vibes. Thank you to Mosaic. That's Stephanie. Thank you to Dr. Sherry Young. She's in the graphics for the picture, right?
one of
The
our
poster.
models.
Yep.
Yep.
West
Yep.
Virginia Outdoor, Ernst & Young, Optimum, part of, is that the Optimum Cable Service by chance? Optimum. Also want to thank Sutherland Stoniker. Want to thank our good friends, Fifth Third Bank, 900 on Lee.
Yes.
And I see Rolf Barker's name there, photographer. He brings
Yes.
the nice images.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have something else in your
Well, I
hand.
wanted to talk to everybody about the gift bags. They're
right.
so big every year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a sample of 3-4 years ago.
That
but
was Tropic Like It's Hot. That
Tropic
was,
Like It's
that
Hot,
was
2019.
Yeah, that was 4
Yeah.
years ago now.
Yes, but I just wanted to, throw a shout out to Farmer Klein & Campbell. They sponsor our bags every year.
And they're doing it again this year, I'm assuming.
Amazing, yes.
I'm
Karen
assuming.
is one of our matriarchs.
Yeah.
We love you, Miss Karen.
Yeah.
But these bags are amazing, and the earlier they sign up and get their ticket, Jim, they'll get their bag.
Yeah, go to GNO WV, GNO WV, get signed up, get that ticket, be a hostess, be a sponsor. We expect 2,000, maybe more. We hope to make hundreds of thousands of dollars that night. You heard where the money goes, some of the unrestricted funds that'll help our victims. Let's talk a little bit more about victims. I want to do more education on, well, I'm not really a victim. That's just how he or she is to me.
Survivors.
So
Survivors.
I'm looking at some things here, and I'm just going to read a couple of these off just to get you started, Julie.
Sure.
But are you a victim is a question mark. Does your partner, do they embarrass you? Do they look at you wrong? Do they scare you? Do you walk on eggshells? Do they try to control you? Do they stop you from seeing your friends and family? Do they control the money? Do they take your money? Do they ask for your money? Do they make all the decisions? Do they accuse you of being a bad parent? Oh, our girl would be better if it weren't for you. Are these some things that you hear and even more?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. So what's so important to realize about domestic violence, the very core of that is power and control. It's a conscious choice used by the abuser. They know what they're doing. It's not an accident. It's not because they drink. It's not because they're on drugs. It is absolutely a pattern of behavior that they use because it works to get them what they want.
Are some of those abusers, are they good actors and actresses as well? Can they?
Jim.
So early on, they can't be like that, or they wouldn't. Some people wouldn't
Absolutely.
make this choice, right? So they can put this act on for a year or two.
Two things.
And then
no
turn.
one starts out dating an abuser.
Yeah.
Like you start out dating that charming guy
Yeah.
who's worried that you're gonna, text me when you get home. Everybody loves text me when you get home, but that text me when you get home 6 months later or a year later, maybe you didn't text me. Where are you? What are you doing?
I asked you to be home by 11.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you
What?
doing?
Yeah.
Where are you? And the thing is, abusers groom everybody around them, not just their partner. So that guy that you work with, who's a great guy and helps you with your job, may not be that. He's not that same great guy to his partner if he's an abuser, or if she's an abuser. That super fun girl that you work with, when she's at home with her partner, it's a different story. So and that's done on purpose. So no one believes they're victims when they come forward. It's absolutely insidious. So we have so many people saying, "Oh, well, yeah, but I know that guy and he's a great guy." he may be a great guy to you because he's your coworker. You're not in a partnership
They can
with
really
him.
compartmentalize well, can't they?
Absolutely.
I mean, we're really good at that.
And it's on purpose. That's the thing. This isn't an accident. It isn't something that just happens. It's absolutely a pattern of behavior that's done on purpose.
Narcissism at its fullest.
Narcissism.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And owning people.
Yeah.
Like thinking
Owning
that
people.
someone is your
Control. You said it. Power
absolutely
and control.
power and
That's
control,
really what it boils down to.
intimidation and isolation.
Wow.
They want to make sure they don't have anybody to go to, and that's why we're there.
Yeah.
Because we're somebody to come to.
We're talking with Julie Britton. Julie's the program director with the YWCA Resolve Family Abuse Program. You're listening to this, you're watching this, you raise your eyebrow, or you're answering some of those questions, give her a call. Give her team a call. Give this number a call. You'll be talking to a live counselor who understands what you're going through. And again, no silly questions, no dumb questions. Call 304-340-3549, 304-340-3549. That'll get you in touch. It's a 24-hour domestic violence helpline, and they have some answers for you. You might not want to hear the answers, but you need to talk with someone if you're going through some of this. Sandy, we have about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
The Party with the Purpose, Girls Night Out.
Yep.
It is August the 12th.
Yep.
It is at the Charleston Convention Center. It'll start about 6.
Start about 6. 5:30 is for hostesses and
Okay.
VIPs, basically. Hostess tickets are still available. You
Okay.
get full bar. You're guaranteed a bag. There's still time to get a hostess ticket or even a regular ticket.
And if you get a regular ticket, you girls like to get something.
Bling out.
You like the bling.
We like the bling.
So the 20s is fun to dress, right?
Super fun.
You can go flapper. You can go, what else can you go? What's it?
I think
like,
you just
go
go to
gangster.
any thrift store, go gangster.
Gangster. You can
Yes.
flapper. But there's lots of accessories. And I'm
There are.
holding an accessory now that
Yes.
you brought.
I brought it in because I got that at a local thrift store. And I thought,
I'm not going to
how
ask you how much,
amazing.
but not very much.
Yeah, $2.
Oh, okay, I'm going to ask you too.
$2. You can go to estate sales,
Yeah.
right now and support estate sales.
Yeah.
Go to any thrift store, Goodwill. I tell you what, I went to a home the other day that was sold, and they were having an estate sale.
Yeah.
Got me a cute little hat for
Yeah.
the night and gloves. So it's really not about what you're wearing and what
Yeah.
you're doing. It's about the cause and supporting the cause.
No.
So if you wear a little bracelet that Meemaw had in the 1920s,
Yeah.
wear it. I think it's not about spending the
Yeah,
money so
yeah.
much as coming to the event and supporting the cause.
And that well said and well put right there. We have
Yes.
about 2 minutes left. Sandy, best of luck to you with this Girls Night Out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, a parting shot. People should be
Yeah,
there, right? Ladies,
yeah.
be there.
Yeah,
See,
we got silent auction. Don't forget about silent
Okay.
auction. It's going to go on our website, right?
okay.
Yes.
So they can start bidding as early as I
Okay.
think next week.
Okay.
But we'll have the silent auction there. Plenty of food, plenty of beverages. EJ the DJ is going to dance the night
boy,
away. We'll
my
have
boy.
you and
I'll be there.
And the guys.
I get to
greeting us
greet.
at
I'm an
front.
official greeter. That's my role.
Yes, you are. It has
Doug
been.
and
And
Steve.
Steve
I've been a
Bishop
part
from
of this.
B100.
I've been at this event about as long as you have.
You have. We've been dancing the night
I know,
away
right,
and then cleaning
right.
up afterwards.
Julie, a
So-
parting shot for the audience. Why should they support this? Why should they be there at Girls Night Out?
Because we want to make domestic violence history.
Yep.
And
good.
Yes.
history in 2 different ways. So where else can you, well, there might be other places you can absolutely go to a party, but you can party with 1,500
Yeah, I know.
of your BFFs.
I know. I love it.
I
That's,
know,
that's
I
my
know.
favorite.
And then
In a safe
we
environment.
can, in a safe place, and then we can take that money and turn it around into making sure other people stay safe.
Good
So
luck.
where else
Good
can
luck.
you do that?
Good luck,
Yeah.
ladies. I
Thank
can't
you
wait.
so much, Jim, for
August the
having us
12th.
again.
Appreciate you. We
Yay.
appreciate you for listening. I am not a girl, but I am going to be sporting this. Thank you to my friends Jackie and Tommy Estep at Esteps. I got my suit on. Doug will probably hand over to Esteps as well and get his along with Steve Bishop. We're the official greeters for Girls Night Out 2023. Go to GNO WV. GNO WV. Be a hostess. Be a supporter. Get your tickets. That's all the time we have for on this edition of Highlights, as always brought to you by Jim Strawn and Company, Optimum Cable Services, and Kanawha County Schools TV. We'll see you on August the 12th, and we'll see you next time right here on Highlights. Take care now.
Bye.